Hello and welcome to another edition of Workforce Watercooler. I'm Leslie. Joining me is Brian and John. We all work for the South Central Workforce Development Board, and we are so excited to share something with you, aren't we, guys?
Woo! You got it. We're supposed to lean in. If you watch last week's episode, we're leaning in. We're paying attention.
Yes. Everyone is giddy with anticipation. We were talking about this in a meeting maybe a month ago, and I think I brought it up, but I know we'd all mentioned it at some point as well. The need for us having an events calendar. And, we needed to have everything in one place because a lot of times people don't know exactly what the board does, what all we're involved with. And, it just makes sense to have an easy way for people to find, hey, what's going on this week? What's going on this month? So, Brian, if you could do a drum roll, please. Oh, that is a good one. That is excellent. Okay, now can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We are premiering here for the first time anywhere the South Central Workforce Development Board event calendar. Brian, how are you feeling right now about seeing this?
I think it's great. We need to think of a shorter name, though. South Central Workforce Development. That's a mouthful. No, this is good. This is really great. This is, we all like pictures. Some of us have photo memories and things, but yeah, this shows when stuff is going on, stuff that we're hosting, things that we're out and about in other communities doing. So, love it.
Very good. Very good. Maybe I can change it to just SCWDB events. That'd be like, that would be shorter and technically accurate as well. So that's something to consider. John, how are you feeling?
It's a good times calendar. That's what I think you should call it.
A what?
A good times calendar.
What's happening?
Yeah. Not to be snarky, but it's like, when we started talking about this, it's like a blinding flash of the obvious, like welcome to the 21st century. Like why don't we have an events calendar on our website? So when it came up, it was like a blinding flash of the obvious. And Leslie, you went out and researched all kinds of different calendar functions and found one that you thought would service us really well, which is what's being presented today. And I think it's cool. And I think, what we'll get into is not only can you see what's going on, but you can link into what's going on through this calendar.
Yes, through the magic of technology. If you all would follow my mouse. We're going to go back in time to Wednesday, June 1st. I'm just going to click on this event. So Career Coach on Call, Logan County Good Samaritan. So this gives you information on a recurring event. We have Shannon Gottke, our resident career coach on call. She goes to access points throughout the region. She has a regular schedule, and this gives you information on that particular event. So there's Logan County Skills U. Now what it is, here it is. I was wondering where it was because I know I put the directions in here. Believe me, this is taking a while to get set up, but once it's set up, it's going to be awesome. So if somebody clicks on this event, they get the description, and they can also click the map function, and they know exactly where to go. So I'm going to close that. Okay, can you see my screen again?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. All right. And if somebody's looking at this, oh, this would be something good to do. So they read, meet one-on-one, walk-ins welcome, appointments encouraged. Click here to register. So I've clicked it, and look what happens. You go to the registration page. So we will be adding an events tab on our board website. It will have the calendar, and pretty much this is making everything as user-friendly as possible. You don't have to do a lot of searching on the website. Go to the events calendar and you can find what you're looking for. And here's another one. This is coming up actually tomorrow. We have a resume workshop in Monroe County. It is tomorrow from 2 to 4. And again, you've got the map function, and here is the link where you register. So Monroe County Public Library, and then you register for the event. So we're trying to make it as user-friendly as humanly possible. And speaking of Monroe County, here is an event we have coming up. It is our next Talent Tuesday event. What would you all like to mention about this particular event happening? And I will show you exactly where it's happening. There it is. Look at that. William B. Harlan Memorial Library. Brian, what would you say? What would you say to job seekers that may be thinking about attending this event?
I would say there's no reason to have to drive to Bowling Green this week or really anywhere outside your town to look for some good opportunities. And here's the thing, like sometimes we can promote on the front end the employers that are going to be there, and we try to post that on social media. Other times, there's sort of some last minute additions that can happen. But once we have your name and contact info, you're not bound by just whoever is showing up for that job fair that day. So don't pass up a job fair with us on our Talent Tuesdays just because you may or may not be interested in whatever employers that we're saying. And then the other thing is it's sometimes those employers don't have the typical positions that you would expect. They might have a great diversity in what, they might manufacture something, but they might need somebody from IT, so we are trying to kind of make those connections with each company to identify those things. So that's why it's good if you can connect with us, because you've got a wider, there's kind of a curtain, and we can open up the curtain to reveal even more if you don't like what's, being offered that day necessarily. But we've got great employers. This is kind of a new experience for some of them too, to come out and participate in these things. So I know they come with high hopes and expectations, and we would encourage you to come with high hopes and expectations.
Absolutely. And I would encourage people, just as you said, to register to attend the Talent Tuesday event, June 14th, William B. Harlan Memorial Library. I would encourage people to attend and speak with a couple employers just to get some practice. There may be people out there who have not had a job interview for some time. So it is excellent practice to speak with an employer, to sort of work out, okay, how am I going to pitch myself? What's my, how am I going to introduce myself? There's no better practice than speaking with a real employer face to face. And if you live in the Monroe County area, I mean, we're coming for you. We're going to be here. John.
Yes, ma'am.
What would you tell job seekers or employers about this event coming up?
Yeah, I would just say at large, I'm really pleased that we can come out and support Monroe County, support the employer base there. That's it's always our, we serve a 10-county area, and obviously Monroe County is kind of the farthest from us, and in some sense can be the most difficult to serve. but we're not deterred by that, and we're glad that we can kind of get out there and put together a Talent Tuesday event to support employers, to support job seekers, to meet people where they are, minimize how much they have to travel, and see if we can facilitate those connections between employer and job seeker. So, to Brian's point, I mean, he made a really good point. You never want to make assumptions. When you hear the name of the employer, don't just make assumptions. Make assumptions about what they do. Oftentimes, they do have a diversity of positions. Whether it's manufacturing or a school system or a hospital, there's always positions for support staff, for administrative staff, for maintenance staff. So, don't fall into the trap of just assuming that this employer only has one type of position. Often they have multiple.
Absolutely. And in many cases, the employer may just be advertising one particular job that they need multiple people to fill. Let's say if it's a manufacturer, they might be advertising for operators. But as we all know, there are other positions within the manufacturing world. There are HR positions, there are lots of administrative positions. And if you show up to an event and you've got a particular skill set, you never know what openings might be at that company that aren't being advertised, because pretty much they're advertising the ones that they have the most positions for.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about this event.
Leslie, I think I would be remiss if we didn't mention, there's a reason why we're doing the resume workshop the week prior to the Talent Tuesday. And so, there's a great opportunity if you've been out of the workforce for a while, come over to the workshop, meet with our staff, have them look at your resume or have them help you tighten up your resume, and just kind of coach you through and prepare you for the Talent Tuesday. So when you come into Talent Tuesday, you're coached up, you've got a good resume, and you're confident and you're ready to interview.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to note that both of those events will be held at the same location, William B. Harlan Memorial Library in Tompkinsville. The resume workshop, let me click that event. It is happening tomorrow from 2 to 4. Well, I don't know when this is going to be played. It may be happening today. It is happening June 8th. June 8th from 2 to 4. So absolutely, it is to your advantage. It is in your best interest to go attend the event, get your resume tightened, get your resume looked at by a fresh set of eyes who is wanting to, help you in every way possible. These type of workshops, I can't say enough about our staff and about how well they work with people. They're wanting you to succeed. So there should be nothing intimidating about the workshop or about these Talent Tuesday events. Everyone there is rooting for you. We're all trying to help you get to the career that you're looking for. So
yeah, and I'll add, the workshops are very, it's, sometimes when you hear workshop, or if anybody's been to a workshop, you might think I'm sitting there kind of, having to give somebody my full focus, and you're saying for 2 hours. It's not like that at all. Actually, there's kind of a short intro period, and then you're plugged into a computer and you've got over the shoulder support, and so you're very much working on a resume, but you're not necessarily going at the pace of others next to you. If you can go faster, you go faster. If you need to go slower and need more help, you can go slower and need more help. We've had people that have never attempted a resume before in their life come to these workshops. And so it's not just, here's 2 hours of how to do it, now go home and go do it. I mean, you're actually doing it on site, and most people will leave with the resume done by the time that 2 hours is up, or sooner. So if you've already got one, you want somebody to look at it, like Leslie said, then you're going to get that feedback. If you're getting an opportunity to make maybe a way to beef it up, get some, maybe critical eyes on it. But if you've never had one, you're like, I don't even fool with those things. like this is a way to come full with it, and
Right.
in a very easy way.
Yeah, and we've all been to those kind of things where you're just sitting there and everyone's quiet and you're watching. Usually it's a very boring presenter, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, this is, can we just get on with it?" Well, you're getting on with it in these kinds of workshops. Just like Ryan said, very brief introduction, and then you're diving in and you are working. And, most people walk out with a completed resume. And if it's not complete, it is very, very close to being finished by the time you leave. So extremely productive. Absolutely.
A good
So,
time will be had by all.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. So can you just see me? No more seeing my screen. Okay, very good. So the calendar, by the time this episode airs, the calendar will be up and running on our website, southcentralworkforce.com. And it is not going to be something static. We will be adding events constantly. So it will be growing. We will be, every time we get something new on the calendar, on our, to-do calendar, it's going to be added to the website calendar. And it's not just a list. We're including links. We're including information. We're really trying to make it as easy as possible for everyone to get to registration, to get to details, to get to the place they need to get to as quickly as possible. So I'm pumped. I am typing my fingers to the bone right now, entering in all this information, but it is all for a fantastic cause. And I do think, just like John said, it's one of those things. Oh my gosh, we needed this 100 years ago. Not literally, but we needed it. So be sure to check out southcentralworkforce.com. Go to the events tab, see what we have going on. You may be interested in one event, but once you get to the calendar, you see that, wow, here are a couple things I'm interested in participating in. I'd like to attend this event, and we would absolutely love to have you. Well, thank you so much, guys. I am going to get back to typing a lot, but I'm excited to share this with our audience, and I'm thrilled that we've been able to add this functionality to our website.
Excellent.
Great job, Leslie. Yeah.
All
Hit the
right.
like button, leave comments, tell us how much you like the calendar. How about that?
Yes.
Tell us
Yes.
what you want Leslie's next project to be. How about that? She's getting ready to finish one. She's ready for another.
Yes. Yes. I can't do enough typing. So please, please, I hope it involves lots of dictation. That would be great.
So if you see Leslie and you say, "What's up, Leslie?" she'll say, "What's not up?" Or go look on our calendar page.
That's right. Yeah. Don't ask me. Ask the calendar. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you again next time.
Peace.